Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder again with another Reddit story for you. This is from the AITA subreddit, and it is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Showing Up at My Sister's Party After Her Miscarriage Despite Knowing That I Couldn't Drink and People Would Suspect I Was Pregnant? So I guess we need to deliver a little bit of a trigger warning here. My name is Kayla, and I'm 22 female. My sister, Leah, who's 25, unexpectedly had a miscarriage a week ago. I felt especially guilty because I recently had found out that I was pregnant as well, but had opted to wait to tell anyone. I felt guilty, so I elected to keep quiet about it for as long as I could, as I didn't want to take any attention away from her grief or cause her any pain. This became a problem when my family arranged a little get-together at her place to help her feel better, where alcohol was to be involved. The night was going fine, and my sister really seemed to be smiling and enjoying herself. I was staying away from the beer and vodka, kind of shutting down the strange looks from my family and friends, who know I almost never turn down an opportunity to drink. Most were believing my lies, except my sister's friend, Ash, who came up to me and asked, "Are you pregnant or something? Why aren't you drinking?" I laughed and said that I had to watch out for my health and trying to change the subject. My sister saw us talking, however, and came up with a shot in her hand. She basically said that she was really glad I was there and wanted to take a shot with me. I had a feeling that Ash had told her I wasn't drinking and had come to confirm her suspicions. I turned her down and said that I was just happy to be in the moment with her. Leah got this teary look on her face and kind of eyed my stomach. She set the drink down and asked me slowly if I was pregnant and trying to hide it. I froze in the moment, which must have basically confirmed what she was suspecting. She burst into tears and asked again, much louder this time, which caused most of the people in her apartment to look at us. She told me to either drink the shot or tell the truth. I wasn't sure what to do, so I opted to just tell her the truth. I tried to tell her that I really didn't want to take any attention away from her pain, but she wasn't listening. She started accusing me of coming to her apartment to boast about my pregnancy and how I've always got what I wanted. She also said that I shouldn't have come to the party knowing that I couldn't drink and that I obviously knew that people were going to know that I was pregnant, basically going on about how I was attention seeking. At this point, our dad stepped in to calm her down because she was belligerent at this point. At that point, me and my boyfriend decided it was better for us to just leave. Oh yeah. I even got a few quiet congrats, which I feel awful about. She's not really talking to me right now, which I kind of understand, but at the same time, all I really wanted was to be there for her. People are more so leaning in her side because she's going through a hard time right now, but I feel like I'm not being listened to. My mom told me that she understands, but that it was wrong of me to come knowing I was pregnant. All right, Mom, you get one of these. Edit. I know you guys may find it strange. We partied after her miscarriage as so soon, but that's just how my family is. We drink and get together after funerals too. We aren't really the type to mope around in our fields. We like to be together and have fun as a family when things are hard. I know that may be different for most of y'all. Okay. This was a Kobayashi Maru. It was a no-win scenario. I'm going NTA here. The question is, am I the astronaut for showing up at my sister's party after her miscarriage despite knowing that I couldn't drink and people would suspect I was pregnant? No, you are not the asshole for that. What would have happened if you didn't show up? Really? What would have happened if you hadn't shown up? Then you would be the asshole because you don't give a shit about her. You couldn't even show up to support her, right? The damage would have been greater, I would think. You were trying to hide it. You were doing the right thing here. You were trying not to make a scene about it. The scene was made by her. She chose to put a spotlight on it and make a spectacle of it because she wanted to. And why, I don't know. What benefit comes from that at all? You clearly weren't attention seeking. You were doing the exact opposite of that. You were trying to be there for her. You were trying to console her. You were trying to show your support without showing this off at all. And you couldn't drink. What were you supposed to do? If you hadn't shown up, you would have been the devil for not being there and not giving a shit. And then it would have come out that you were pregnant and you would have been the double devil. You went to try to show your support, to be there for her and not drink because you couldn't drink. And that to her was you somehow showing up with a bullhorn being like, "Hello, everyone. At this thing, I am pregnant. It is no longer a time to be sad. It is no longer a time to grieve. It is a time to celebrate me." You did the exact opposite of that. There is nothing that you could have done differently here. Not a damn thing. Unless you showed up with some fake drink in your hand and you were only drinking from that for the night and it was water and you told everybody it was vodka or something. And even then, are they just never going to find out that you're pregnant? She's blaming you for being pregnant. That's what all this comes down to. And yes, she's lashing out at you. And yes, her emotions are, I'm sure, just running amok right now. And I understand she's going through a terrible, terrible time. But for someone to take someone's completely respectful actions, blow it up into something that it's not, and then victimize themselves over it, I have no respect for. None. There was a lot of projection going on there about the attention seekingness. There's nothing that you could have done. You could have done something different in the faking process, but she's still going to find out. And then when she finds out, she's going to react. At some point, it was either going to happen all at once, or there was going to be this slow chip away build at this reaction too. Maybe she's got it out of her system now. I doubt it. I bet there's going to be a grudge held for a long time here. It doesn't matter. Like, you don't get to take your trauma and project it onto other people and blame them for not having your trauma. You don't get to do that. You don't get to punish people for your trauma, especially when people are there to help you, there to support you, there to be there for you. You don't get to punish those people just because you decide to, because bad things didn't happen to them.